Are you tired of being caught off guard by unexpected but necessary expenses? Stay tuned. I'm going to teach you the strategy that changed my life and transformed my finances. Have you ever heard of a sinking fund? What about an emergency fund? Well, both are types of savings, but as the name suggests, an emergency fund is funds set aside to use in case of emergency only, while a sinking fund or funds is money that you set aside to be used for a specific purpose and usually a specific time period. For instance, you may start saving for Christmas in July or even in January. You may start saving for a vacation a year or two in advance. In both cases, you are saving the money so that you can spend it. Welcome to the Peace and Power Podcast. I'm Kiyosha. Let's dive right in. Savings is all about preparation. Proverbs 6, 7, and 8 says, "The ants have no chief, no boss, no manager. No one has to tell them what to do. You'll see them working and toiling all summer long, stockpiling their food in preparation for winter." When I was saving to pay off my student loans, I had saved about $30,000 and was ready, had been preparing to pay off my student loans. Now, thankfully for me, my student loans were forgiven, so I actually didn't need to use that money to pay off the student loans, but I did have the money there to take care of some other financial needs that had come up. I had to replace my car because it broke down. I was able to take my family on a small vacation to celebrate being debt-free, and I had some money to start off my fully funded emergency fund. I was prepared. Saving money is an important skill to master on your financial journey. It can help you in many ways. It gives you peace of mind while you pursue your financial goals. It teaches you financial discipline and self-control, and it can even eliminate your dependency on credit cards. I mean, why would you swipe if you had the cash on hand, right? So let's get practical. Here's how you get started. You need to get your finances organized. You need to know where your money is going so that you can redirect a portion of it to your savings goals. You need to create a budget and stick to it. You also need to figure out your financial management style. Are you the type of person who can put all of your money into one savings account and know what the money is earmarked for? Or do you need to have a separate savings account for each of your financial goals? It really depends on you. I have one money market account, but I also put money in that account for my emergency fund as well as my savings fund for my down payment for a house. I can clearly delineate how much money is in there for my emergency fund and what is saved over that amount for my down payment on my home. So now you're ready to open your account or accounts. For your emergency fund, I definitely recommend having a money market account or high yield savings account that's going to earn you a little bit more interest. Your emergency fund is money that you shouldn't be touching regularly, so you should be able to leave the money there and allow it to build some interest for you over time. High yield savings accounts are great, but be mindful of the fees that may be associated with these accounts, especially for your sinking funds that are going to be more temporary. For instance, if your high yield savings account has a minimum balance of $500 and you're only going to have money in this sinking fund for 3 months, knowing that once you've used that money, you're not going to need that account anymore, you may get yourself into a pickle once you take that money out. You do not want to be accruing fees because of this financial strategy. Using a general savings account for those smaller temporary sinking funds is totally fine. Hey love, I hope this video is helping you, but I also want to invite you to connect one-on-one with me so we can dig into your unique financial situation and create a plan that's suited to fit your specific needs. The link is in the description below. Now back to the video. The other practical side of this is how much money should you be saving in these accounts? Well, it depends, right? Your emergency fund, you want to start with at least $1,000 there. If you're working on getting out of debt, that $1,000 will have enough cushion for you so that you can focus your energy on getting out of debt Once you're debt free, you're going to go back to that emergency fund and build it up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. And that, of course, is based on your lifestyle and your monthly budget. On the other hand, with your sinking funds, again, you're going to take into account what you need for each purpose. One of the things that I use a sinking fund for is school expenses for my daughter. When she was in kindergarten through fourth grade, basically, I would make sure I just always had about $20 cash on hand at all times, $20, just in case the PTA needs something, there's a class party, whatever the case may be, a field trip. I had some cash that I could just send her to school with without really having to worry about it interrupting my budget. Well, now that she's going to the fifth grade, I'm looking at a lot more activities for her. They're looking at class trips and more parties and other things that are celebrating that last year of elementary school. So this year, I'm not going to be able to just hold on to $20 and that be enough. This year, I may need to do something like $50 even a month to make sure that she has what she needs to be able to participate in all of those important fifth grade events that we didn't have to worry about in kindergarten through fourth. So it is situational, but that's the beauty of the sinking fund, is that you're not married to this as money that you're going to be setting aside forever. You're making sure that you're mindful of those temporary things so that when they do pop up, they don't, obliterate your budget. With your account set up and money budgeted for those accounts, now you can think about streamlining the process for yourself. Do you set up an automatic transfer from one account to the other that is on autopilot? Or do you set up your direct deposit so that a certain amount of your paycheck automatically goes into a savings account while the rest goes into your spending account? Are there purchases that would require cash or the use of a cash app or other electronic banking system? These are things that you can think about that will help you decide how you're actually going to manage this process for yourself moving forward. In the next episode, I'll walk you through the 4 sinking funds every single mom needs to have and tips for managing them. Thanks for joining me on this episode. And please let me know in the comments, are you using sinking funds for any of your expenses now? And how's it working out for you? Bye.